Hello, I'm Julie Lando, your host. I believe that you are surrounded by superwomen who can inspire you to ignite your ambition, remove your self beliefs, and make a positive impact on your life. This series is your journey to find the female role models who will inspire you to take action to change your own situation for the better. I believe that you have 100% the capabilities to become the leader you aspire to be and drive a fulfilled life. Leading is not a position, it's a choice. Welcome to Empowerment Voices. Okay, so first I would like to thank you, Dongmi, for being one of the first empowerment voices. I found you on LinkedIn, and you're going to talk soon about actually that is one of your biggest strengths to be visible on LinkedIn. So there is not a surprise. That's the way I find you as a top voice and key influencer on LinkedIn. And I'm really happy to be able to share your background, experience, and really powerful message to all women. First, maybe can you introduce yourself and tell us more about you?
First off, I want to give a big thank you to Julie, our amazing host, for having me on the podcast today. So, I'm a startup specialist at the Chungbuk Center for Creative Economy and Innovation, which is backed by the Ministry of SMEs and Startups. We help incubate startups and connect them with investors both locally and internationally. My role is all about helping these startups grow, find investment opportunities, and scale their ideas. I also write articles on investment trends, and it's been incredible to see how much traction my expert interviews have gained among investors and LinkedIn users around the world. My startup journey kicked off when I went to a field trip to Silicon Valley. That trip completely changed my perspective and opened my eyes to the fascinating world of startups. When I got the offer to join my current company, I jumped at the chance because I knew this was where I could make an impact. Fast forward 8 years, and I'm honored to be recognized as one of South Korea's top LinkedIn influencers and a top contributor on E27, a leading tech media platform in Singapore. Expanding my influence globally has been such a rewarding part of my mission to support startups and create opportunities for growth.
I love your story because a lot of women feel that it's hard, to have purpose, passion, and to combine work together. And you definitely demonstrated that coming from a world that is totally different, headhunting, but being really aware about your skills, your passion, and what you like to do, and leveraging these trends allow you to jump into a totally different industry environment or even work and responsibilities. But because you leverage your strengths and you were aware about your strengths and you stayed consistent throughout your journey, you succeed. And that's really inspiring. Also, after 8 years of achieving this journey and this influence, I know that you have a nickname, and it's actually on your LinkedIn. So Dongmi. What is the story behind that nickname, and how does this reflect your personality?
Uh-huh. Yes, Dongmikus reflects my relentless challenger spirit and dual persona. One of my followers came up with the name. Here's a funny story. I created a LinkedIn poll asking my followers to choose the best image to describe Dongmikus. And the most popular choice ended up being an AI avatar of me in a spacesuit. There were other cute and beautiful options, but people chose the space girl with dust because it symbolizes my quest to explore new frontiers. Now, with over 18,000 followers in just 3 years, and my posts being seen 1.5 million times a year, people say I'm like a new species. That's why I named my book Homo Dongmi from an office worker to an influencer. So, that's the story behind my nickname and how it all came to life.
I love it that the new spaces and you told me also that it's a rookie with a lot of speed, and that's really powerful and once again it's highlighting how you can start again, but it's a matter of the execution. And also you say that it's this nickname symbolize how to push boundaries, and that's also something, it's about being outside your comfort zone. And definitely through your background, you demonstrated how you keep pushing the boundaries continuously. And you don't have barriers, or even if you have, you just facing them and you just go. So that's impressive. So coming back, so you started from scratch this new career, and I believe it wasn't easy. So, how
Mhm.
did you identify and leverage your strengths to excel as a startup ecosystem builder and content creator?
I always focus on my strength. I knew I was good at networking, so I went to as many startup events as I could. But something was missing. Then the pandemic hit, and everything moved online. That's when I started focusing on online networking. One day, I saw a movie, Julie and Julia. It's about a woman who challenges herself to cook 500 French recipes while blogging about her journey. After watching that, I thought, if she can do it, so can I. The next day, I started my own blog. I had never written anything before, but I gave it a shot. I wrote about investment and startups, shared it with friends, and they liked it. So I posted it and shared it with more people. It became popular, especially in investor group chats, which boosted my confidence. From there, things took off. My name spread in a startups ecosystem because of my content and networking. I even started writing in English and created another blog. A friend from the Philippines suggested I apply to E27, a tech media platform in Singapore. I got my first article published, and by the end of 2023, I was one of their top 50 contributors and a top 10 women contributor. Building trust through content creation was key to my success, along with my networking skills.
So yeah, building trust, and as you mentioned since the beginning, it's about your authenticity. We discussed this several times that basically, no matter the feedback, you kept believing in what you were doing, and so you were checking on the way and got a confident boost with people telling you that you should publish. Something that is quite important. You talk about networking, and I believe the audience of women will be really interested about that because that's a challenge for women to develop a network and then still having a life balance. There are already so many things to manage, and on top of it, when you have the family responsibility, you don't feel you have this extra time to go to at a network. But you mentioned you built online networking. So can you share some advice or tips that can support women to start and to realize that they don't need to spend 2 hours outside at an event, and that's something that can also be achieved online? What will be the three tips or advices to network online?
Building an online network can seem tough, but here are three simple tips that worked for me. The first, be brave and take the first step. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. When I started, I posted my content everywhere, group chats, LinkedIn, and any platform I could find. You never know what will work unless you try. The second, find your audience. Figure out where your target audience is hanging out online. For me, it was LinkedIn and investor groups. Once you find them, start sharing valuable content and joining the conversation. The third, keep trying and stay consistent. Not everything will work at first, and that's okay. It's all about trial and error. Just keep going, stay consistent, and don't give up. Over time, you will see results.
So adaptability, agility, but also to be bold. So if I recap, the three advices are: first, identify your target audience. Individual, identify the groups where you want to get visibility and contribute to these groups as soon as you are able to join them. And last but not least, be bold, be brave,
Yes, be
and
bold, be
learn
brave.
and learn throughout the process. And you know, we say that life is about experiences, and failures are learning experiences. So that's how you learn and that's how you grow. Okay, great. So now we have the advices about online networking, and I believe definitely what you say since the beginning. It's about being consistent and never stop, and just to go on and to continue. So you mentioned earlier that you've been named as a top LinkedIn influencer in South Korea. And also a top 10 women contributor by E27. And that's definitely reflects a high level of consistency. How, as your dedication and consistency, if we go deeper into consistency, contribute to your success in the startup ecosystem? Can you share a bit more?
Consistency has been key to my success, and I'd like to share a recent example. As I kept writing interview series and sharing my achievement on LinkedIn and Facebook, I earned the title of influencer. Last week, a reporter from 중앙일보, one of Korea's top media outlets, told me about a call with LinkedIn's US headquarters. When they were asked to recommend a Korean influencer, my name was the only one mentioned. It was such an honor to be recognized as a representative influencer for LinkedIn. When the article was published, including my LinkedIn tips for Korean business opportunities, I shared it on platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook. The response was amazing, with many people saying they were inspired by my journey. This shows why consistency is so important. I'm always reviewing my work, setting public goals, and staying accountable, which keeps me motivated.
And as you say, so you're claiming your achievements, you're proactive, and you share your vision. So you're recognized not only by what you are achieving or achieve, but also because you are influencing people by sharing what you're looking to achieve. And that's the quality of a great leader, is to have a vision and clarity on this vision. So to execute and achieve this. So we've been talking about your achievements, about your success, about your strengths. Let's go in deep, dig into the ugly or the challenges. So navigating the startup world, and especially as a woman, can be challenging. You also mentioned that a lot is happening in the US. You're in Korea. So can you share an example of a particularly tough situation you faced and how you overcome the situation?
Even after 8 years of hard work, a lot of people in the startup ecosystem still didn't really know who I was or what I did. I'd hand out business cards, but it didn't always communicate my value effectively. I realized, like many professionals, that building a strong network is crucial. By staying focused and persistent, I was able to grow my connections and finally get the visibility I needed. This experience taught me how important resilience and bravery are. No matter the industry, you have to put yourself out there, whether it's through speeches, interviews, or networking. The more you do, the more trust and recognition you gain.
Can you elaborate a bit more about how you put yourself out there? Because you mentioned earlier you do it online. So are we still talking about LinkedIn or are we talking about something else? How you put yourself out there, how you get this visibility and how you overcome these challenges and turn them into opportunities?
I've always been eager for new opportunities and learned early on that visibility doesn't come from just one place. LinkedIn was important, but I also put myself there through YouTube, radio shows, and regional TV. Anytime anytime I was invited to something, I said yes, even if I was nervous. I knew that even if I failed, I'd learn something that could help me grow. For example, I'm a bit nervous today because English isn't my first language, but I'm giving it my best. Stepping out of my comfort zone is critical. I also reviewed books on self development and marketing, which helped me connect with more people. One of my favorite moments was meeting Thales Teixeira, the author of the bestseller Unlocking the Customer Value Chain. I gave him a signed copy of my book, and he was surprised I wrote it in just 4 months. His encouragement pushed me to keep going. So, I always give my best effort, whether I'm reviewing products, sharing news, or speaking publicly. That's why people call me Homo Dongmikus with high speed. I'm always ready to act when opportunities come my way.
So you definitely your values and you deliver according to to your values and you manage to gain authority in the environment where you're working and to be acknowledged and validated by famous people because yeah they recognize your consistency, your bravery, and how you definitely are thirsty for opportunities. I love this quote. I'm gonna keep this quote about being thirsty about opportunities, and that's really demonstrating your mindset and how you challenge everything and you believe that you can achieve the things in what you believe and connect with the people you want to connect with. That's really impressive. And so let's go a little bit about the woman. So you are a woman in tech. We know it's a female emerging environment. How can women in tech? Which advice can you give to women? You've been surrounded by CEO. You've been in the startup environment. So what advice would you give to women in tech who are looking to make a significant impact in their field, especially those considering a career shift or starting from scratch?
My advice for women in tech is to really focus on personal branding and consistently share your journey and achievements. Building a strong network, both locally and globally, is key. Don't be afraid to seek out opportunities to collaborate across borders. Platforms like LinkedIn can be a powerful tool to expand your reach and get more visibility. The most important thing is to never hesitate to put yourself out there. Your voice, ideas, and contributions matter, and they can make a huge impact. Whether you're just starting out or already established, sharing your story and staying connected will help you grow and make a difference.
I will make sure to highlight it and definitely, and that's the purpose of this series. It's really about empowerment voices and how to share our ideas, our voices, and contribution because every little contribution is invaluable, as you say, and to make an impact. And especially now that Gender parity has become an important topic and something that organizations are looking for, or even startups and investors, because now we have enough studies and data to demonstrate that actually female founders are delivering more profitable startups than male founders. So we are backed up by data also to demonstrate that we have a significant impact in this economy and we have a place to take. Thank you for sharing this powerful message. As someone who is passionate about helping startups to go global, since the beginning you explained how it's important to get this global visibility. What strategies or mindset do you think are essential for women in tech to adopt in order to thrive on a global stage?
To succeed globally, women in tech need to recognize that what works in one market may not always work in another. It's important to adapt to different regions' unique needs. I've learned to adjust my content for global audiences, changing the tone or format while keeping the core message the same. Joining global tech communities is also crucial. They help you expand your network and increase visibility. Personal branding is key. Earlier this year, I was named one of the top 20 LinkedIn influencers on the Fabicon influencer platform, and only 2 women were selected. I believe many women hesitated to put themselves out there, which limits their visibility. My advice is simple: focus on your strength, create content that highlights your skills, and don't be afraid to share your journey. By doing this, you will naturally become an influencer in your industry, both locally and globally.
Yeah, and just to balance a little bit, because not all the women, are willing to also achieve the level of influence that you have, and you are at the top. But just also to demonstrate some activity and knowledge, and sometimes I will also to add on what you say that to focus on the personal branding and the visibility. It could be also just to contribute to interesting posts or articles and share your
Mhm.
voices. But that's also a way to get visibility for women online and on LinkedIn, because usually when you comment a post and if you target an influencer like you, for example, obviously you have a lot of visibility. People will be curious and they will look at your profile. So that's also how you start to generate traffic. Okay, so you just shared that what is important is your personal branding and visibility on LinkedIn and being proactive and confident. Throughout this interview, you definitely demonstrated your strengths and share advices and how the importance to build a network. And I remember that you mentioned that the 500 people on your network are the most important. So you really need to understand and target rightly the people you are connecting with. And it's not like Instagram or Facebook is not just about followers. It's really about the quality of your network that will help you to achieve this impactful networking online. On a lighter note, if your career were a startup pitch, what would be your catchy tagline?
My tagline is your expert bridge to international startup success and global digital presence.
Awesome. I love the pitch and how it's straightforward and definitely summarizing in one sentence what you are achieving. Thank you, Dongmi, for this powerful interview. It was great to have your background experience and this empowering messages. And if there is one thing to keep and to implement for the women, I really believe it's about how you have demonstrated that you can start from scratch by being
Mhm.
consistent, being brave, being strategical, and
Mhm.
it will deliver results and be out there.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this great opportunity. So I hope many women in tech will be inspired by my story and start their own journey. Thank you.
Definitely, and we will share the link to your book and your article. You mentioned it's in Korean, or there is a English version?
One English version about being influencer.
Thank you, Dongmi. Lovely. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.
Bye.
Bye bye.